Hello, welcome back. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. So today we're going to be talking about these, which this is a gimbal. This is the current one that I have and I'm using. I'm going to talk about it. I'll show you some footage of me riding with it. But we're going to start with the first gimbal I tried. We're going to talk about why I picked it, some of the advantages of it, and then we'll get into why I don't have it anymore, why I returned it, which is some of the disadvantages of it. And the one I started with is actually a Feiyutech G6 Plus. You can see that right here. What I was gonna do is pair it with the Karma grip mounting ring, which I actually did. I put those together. If I can find I don't know if I have any pictures of it, but if I have one, you're gonna be seeing it right now. And I mounted it on my chest. And to be honest, the reason I don't really have any pictures of it is because I didn't know if it was going to work, and I didn't really want to show the world if it really didn't work. Mostly it's kind of embarrassing. It was big on my chest and it didn't really work right. So, but some of the advantages of it were this. Is that it could hold all three of my cameras. The Canon G7X Mark II, the GoPro Hero Session 5, and the iPhone 8 Plus. And on top of that, it also did like really smooth, awesome B-roll. Driving along, have the gimbal. It was handheld, so you could hold it, get really smooth B-roll, and chasing the kids around. The footage I got here, Flynn running around the campsite, super smooth, super cool looking, and I really liked that. And being able to put whatever camera I had on it was a really big selling point. That's kind of the main reason I was like, all right, I want to try to make this work. Because if a battery died on one, I could just throw the other one on it, either my phone or the GoPro or something on it, and still get something worth it. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite work. I actually think the biggest downfall is the app. It just didn't function quite right. If you want to do a time lapse, you pick like an hour of a time lapse, and it would take about maybe a minute to do an hour-long time lapse. You set it here, and then you brew it over here, and kind of hit go, and then it would go back and track along, and it would just take like a minute instead of an hour, and that's really frustrating. It had different motor strengths, so you could turn the motors up, so like when it's bouncing around, it'd be stronger, and those just didn't seem to work either. And then finally, you guys saw the footage in Moab. I think I graded the video at like a C or a D or something like that, and that's true. And you can see some of that here. It just wasn't that stable, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that it was big and it was on my chest, and bouncing around quite a bit on there. So I finally just was like, all right, this is the app doesn't work, which really kind of put the nail in the coffin for it. And I shipped it back and ordered the Evo SS for my GoPro, which is really cool. So that is what this guy is. So this is in the off position, so nothing really, it's just kind of floppy is how I would describe it. You hold it button down, turns on, and now you've got, it's still kind of floppy, but it holds the camera pretty steady. So here is some footage with the gimbal. So I just wanted to show you guys, I am shaking that around and kind of what that looks like while that's happening. Okay. And then here's some footage without the gimbal. So that's what that footage looks like. Now, I know I'm not the first one to use gimbals. I'm not even close to the first one to use gimbals. Mountain Bikers, BKXC, Seth Bike Hacks, Single Track Sampler, and a whole bunch of other guys have been doing this for years with the gimbals. And this is just kind of my first toe into those waters. So the footage might not be great quite yet, and I'm still getting the gimbal settings down, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so the first settings I'm going to show you guys, or the first gimbal I'm going to show you guys, is the Feiyutech G6 Plus. So the Plus one is the one that can hold all the different kinds of cameras. And here's a picture of all the cameras that it can hold. So I'm going to actually be going down the same trails at the lunch loops with the two different gimbals, just to show you guys the differences between them. So here we go. Here is the Feiyutech G6 Plus.
Man, I can tell.
Alright, so actually before I cut to the Evo SS and then with that, I want to show you guys how it is mounted to me while I'm going down. So you start with the GoPro Chesty, which there are other different brands that you can buy. I just went with this one just because I knew it would be compatible with all my GoPro stuff, which most of them are, but just keeping it simple that way. It mounts to the kind of buckle unit here, so I can take it off. Okay, I put it back in pretty easy here, which is pretty convenient. And then it screws into the gimbal with just a normal tripod 1/4-20 mount with an adapter that the Evo comes with. So then when you're riding, you got it, you're set up here, kind of aim the camera where you want it, and you go for it. So here we go.
Man, I can tell it's better settings. It's not bouncing around. This is already better than my last setup. My last setup was really heavy, bouncing around on my chest a lot. Man, this one I can barely tell it's there. It's nice. Hopefully I've got the settings and the angle right, so you guys are seeing what you're supposed to be seeing. I love this trail. All right, we're gonna head down Moto, which is, holy cow, that quickly became, I think, my favorite trail in the valley. Man, if you guys haven't already, you should check out RC Outdoor Gold's latest video about Max Nar. It hits up this trail, and it is a great video. He did an awesome job. Oh, I love that jump. He did an awesome job on that video. Woo! Wow, that's fun. That's fun. Climbed up Tabawash, back here at the top of Raven Ridge. About to haul down this, hit Kurtz. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. I want to thank Caitlin at Fit for Mom for kicking my butt this week. Holy cow. Those are two of the hardest workouts I've had in a long time. So kudos to you, Caitlin. Kurtz down. Let's hit it. One, two, three. Love it. Oh. New line for me. Thanks, Crashing Dad. Actually, that's a smaller line compared to his. He goes far right. Scared the poop out of me. Oh. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a tour of my favorite trails here. Oh man, that was a fun day. I'm glad I got out here. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Have a good one.